Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Who are you?
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
Did you not listen?
Then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 158th episode of Screaming Into the Void, the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like. And boy, howdy, are we going to do that today. Mostly because I didn't prepare a whole lot, so we're without a roadmap today. But it should be fine. It should be fine. We got some topics. We'll get into that. Joining me today, we have the inimitable Caucasian Sasquatch.
What did I do?
Nothing. Say hi.
Good. Hi.
There you go. There you go. Dance monkey. We also have joining us today Anna from Anna's Gameland.
What's up? I would do the same thing if I was on camera, but I don't want to be. But I will do that too. Hey, hoo ho ho, hey. Yeah, thank you.
All right, fair enough. Coming in because his flight was delayed, Shadow of Hawk.
Howdy, everyone. If the stream was last night, I would be having to restrain myself. I was livid. I was not happy. I was pissed. Fuck airlines.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
Mm.
I mean,
Mm-hmm.
could be worse. You could have had a ticket on Spirit, right?
I don't get the reference, but I feel like that's bad.
How do you not get that reference?
She's 12.
I'm not a she, and I'm 22. Go fuck yourself.
Well, 22, 12, same difference. I mean,
Also joining us from across the old pond there, Abe.
How you doing?
Not too bad. How are you?
Still breathing? Can't complain.
Yeah. You know,
And for those at home, I said the thing, take a drink.
You know what they say, any day this side of the dirt is a good day, so you know.
Yeah, not always.
I mean, it could be worse, is all I'm saying. It could be worse. It could always be worse. You never know.
Yeah.
No matter how bad it is.
Like a Russian. This is the Russian mentality. Everything can be worse. Like, I actually had somebody say to me today, like, happy Saturday. And I was like, happy what? What do you mean happy Saturday? There's no happy Saturday. Like,
There is now.
no, Sam, stand by my declaration that Russians and Georgians have a lot in common.
Apparently we have.
Okay, yeah, I get you. But I will say that Russians and Floridians are very similar.
All right, so I agree.
We're the honey badgers.
No, we don't really have honey badgers. We have wolverines, which is like a honey badger on steroids and in a fucking super soldier program. Like,
yeah, like, you don't give a fuck. Like, what do you mean happy Saturday? Whatever. Like, okay, thank you, Sam, for having me, but I'm not happy, and it's a Saturday.
I get that. Also, I didn't say happy Saturday because I'm one of those people who have been chastised and occasionally fired for telling customers in customer service jobs when they come in and they say good morning or good day. What's good about it?
When I was working at Wendy's, when I had to work the counter because I had such a fearsome and angry looking resting bitch face, the goddamn manager gave me this big ass fucking smiley face button to put on my hat.
Yeah.
Skill issue.
Nice. I had somebody come in, and I don't even remember any of the interaction at all because I was doing graveyards at this truck stop in the middle of fucking nowhere, and we had a lot of customers come in, and a lot of them were less than savory. Only about half of them spoke English, and only about a third of those were even sober. So I get pulled into the manager's office in the morning, and she said, I had a customer call and complain that you said such and such a thing. And I don't even remember what the thing was. Like I said, the night was a blur. And I looked at her and I said, well, I don't recall saying that, but it sounds like me. So probably.
That checks out.
Yeah. I was like, that sounds just like something I would say. So he's probably right.
Yep.
She's like, I appreciate your candor. I was like, not that much though. Am I right?
I mean, honesty is a bitch. The thing about honesty is nobody likes it. No, it's
Right.
like clever. No one likes clever.
Yeah.
You think you do. You like clever when clever works for you, but
Yeah.
you don't like people who get clever. That's always a bad thing. Never be clever.
Yeah.
So Zach, welcome in.
Indeed. Yeah, let's get on to greeting the chat. By the way, chat, we are live currently on 2 separate YouTube channels, Caucasian Sasquatch and Samuel the Infamous. We're also live on my Rumble. We are not currently live on Twix this week because I took some time off of Twix earlier this week, and as a result, I don't get to fucking stream on there until like next week when I get like recertified or whatever. It's fucking stupid. But anyway, yeah, it's a whole blue check thing. Like if you pay for the blue check, but you like discontinue your account for a little bit, and then you reactivate it, it's got to go through all this random hoopla to get you back to where you were. So yeah, it's a whole thing. Hell, it took 12 hours for it to even show that I had any followers or was following anybody. It was just big fat zeros for most of the day. So. And all that. So Twitter's kind of got some stupid shit going on, but so we're not live on there. But if you are in the other places, welcome in. Good to see y'all. We'll say howdy to everybody. We've got BTK coming in. Hi, howdy. I1 T. Welcome. We've got Zilege. Howdy, Zilege. Good to see you. Zilege actually, yeah. If you check the DM room, we got Oklahoma Outlaw. Howdy, welcome in. We've got, let's see, Dad Man Walking. Welcome. Good to see you. Zatoichi 444. Welcome in.
Sir.
Actually, I always liked that name. Did you ever watch those movies, the Zatoichi movies?
No, but have you ever read the book that's the cover art of?
I don't think so, no.
It's Weird of the White Wolf. That there is an Elric of Melnibone saga. And
fair enough.
when you want to discuss archaic evil, like just pure evil for the sake of evil, the Melnibone series is an excellent resource.
Right. We got Old Blindy. Howdy. Welcome in. I think that's everybody so far. As you guys come in, I will probably bring something up on the screens to acknowledge your presence and all that stuff. But
well, don't sound so excited.
I have just enough energy to actually like speak. I'm kind of slumped over in my chair right now. It's a whole thing. Like I'm just not feeling life today. So.
You remember I told you that you could be an energy vampire, but you choose not to?
Yeah.
You sleep much better, dude. Just feed off all those around you. It's fine.
I'm just waiting for the next Netflix show about BTK. Hello, BTK in chat. Isn't that like so strange, guys, that they do all these shows about these people who are awful, horrible human beings, and they like glorify them? I don't get it.
Kind of.
I see it more as a cautionary thing, like, don't choke out small animals or you end up with a nipple belt.
Right?
No,
right?
They have this new Ed Gein, right? We all know who Ed Gein is. So Netflix made a whole thing by Ryan Murphy, who did the American Horror Story series, which was really good to a certain point, but he did the one with Evan Peters playing Jeffrey Dahmer, and now they're doing the Ed Gein thing, but they casted Charlie Hunnam as the guy, and he's like a fit dude. He's handsome. He is good looking. Ed Gein was not. It's like, what are you doing, guys?
They want to pretty him up. I want to make that more attractive.
But
Look,
why?
Yep.
I honestly, because the at least in the States, the culture tends towards romanticizing murder.
I can't remember
specifically
where I came
amongst-
across this specific statistic that 87% of serial killers in America vote Democrat.
Well, on Sam's point, that is specifically at least in regards to serial killers and that type of stuff, that is specifically a demographic that is applies to women in America. And I don't want to hear any complaining. Look at the fucking literature shelves. Look at the movies and shows that American
nobody's
women love.
complaining about anything, kid. Like this is a provable, verifiable fact. American women are crazy for abusive monsters. Always have been.
Squatch was giving me side eye, or he was schizoing out. One of the two. I was preemptively
look at Ted Bundy and all the goddamn letters.
Or like Richard Ramirez. Like, okay, Ted Bundy
yeah.
was like Richard Ramirez. All the bitches out there who were like, "Oh my god, I want to like marry you" and all this shit. What? And now they're like glorifying the fact that people actually have committed. Who on this panel knows the story of Ed Gein? What he's actually done? Thank you, Squatch.
A little bit, yeah.
The fact that the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, all those films based on that. This guy was, but you're trying to cast somebody who is a good-looking guy, and you're trying to get the wives with their wine to drink their wine and sit there and watch this and be like, "Oh my god, this is great." No.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it is about the nipple belt. I don't know. Maybe Hunnam looks good in the nipple belt. I don't know.
He doesn't even talk. Look, I have a weird accent. I get it. I have a better American accent than Charlie Hunnam.
Yeah, his American accent is not good. It's like, look, I think Charlie Hunnam is a fantastic fucking actor. He's not great at American accents. Like it's really obvious at certain points at the beginning, and then again towards the end of Sons of Anarchy, like where he just kind of like doesn't even try anymore. Yeah. But there was a movie he did with Mel Gibson called Last Looks a couple years ago, right? And he was really good in that, but you could just hear the British just like overlaid like a I don't know, like a gravy over top of the accent he was trying to do. He's not good at that. He isn't. So he's a fine actor. He's just he's not good at the accent. So I totally get where you go with that. It's also, he is entirely too pretty to play Ed Gein. That's true as well. And you mentioned he was fit too. Like he is. He's in pretty damn good shape. He's a pretty solid looking guy. Ed Gein was kind of a scrawny dude. It wasn't a lot of meat on them bones. In fact,
yeah, like when I actually really enjoyed. So this is by again Ryan Murphy. We all know him from American Horror Story, the show. But when they did the Jeffrey Dahmer thing, when they cast Evan Peters, he was good. But the thing is, that show needed to have that guy because he's gay, and he did it. That there were a lot of scenes, and he was like very good looking, but that's how he got those. It was a very, very good representation of someone who is a good looking dude who is gay but doing heinous things. But this is where I have a problem though, because people will see that and they will be like, oh my god, he's so fit. Oh, nobody cares about Jeffrey Dahmer. Yeah, okay, whatever. But Ed Gein, being somebody who's fit and good looking, like what is the issue?
If you go back, if you go back far enough, right, many things like the most obvious and famous of them is obviously, like you mentioned, Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But there's so many things that are inspired by this guy's horrendous shit, going all the way back to Robert Bloch's book, which then became an Alfred Hitchcock movie,
Yeah.
Psycho. Right, Anthony Perkins is still too pretty to play Ed Gein. Actually, Anthony Perkins was a good-looking dude, but he was very, very scrawny.
In the example of Jeffrey Dahmer, he split his time between doing heinous things and then doing anus things.
Yeah, although he didn't play Ed Gein in Psycho. He played Norman Bates, but Norman Bates was inspired by and based on Ed Gein. So, that fucking guy.
Clowns, man. You can't trust a clown. There's no way, dude. Think about it. This is a guy whose entire purpose is to invent a brand new face that he's going to wear over his original face so that you can't tell if he's happy or sad. Screw that guy. Live like the rest of us, you fruit.
Exactly. Thank you. That is exactly my point. Like, why are we glorifying people and making, like, casting people who are good looking? Yeah, okay, maybe good actor, but bad accent. But what the fuck? This should be like a really serious show. Not like, oh yeah, it's for all of us here to sit there and watch. No. This guy was fucking horrible human being.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to sell sex to American women. Like that is the reason.
Why though? Like, it doesn't make any sense to me.
Why that guy, right? There are other Ted Bundy, very good looking, very charismatic.
I don't think Ted Bundy was good looking at all.
By serial killer standards? Come on.
No, he was not. But he was charismatic. That's even more dangerous.
Oh yeah, no, very charismatic.
My retort. Oh, sorry, Sam.
We're in danger of this show getting gayer than the one we did earlier.
I mean, only if you like jerking off to people who got skinned and turned into lampshades.
Well,
so then we have a problem.
So, but yeah, like the Ted Bundy. You know what's interesting about Ted Bundy? So a couple years ago, a friend of the show and past guest rather, Corin Nemec actually played him in a movie a couple of years ago. And one of the fascinating things he said about him, which is something I think that gets overlooked a lot by people who do documentaries or talk about Ted Bundy, is the fact that, they always mention that he was evil, like truly evil, but what they don't talk about is the fact that he wasn't insane. He wasn't crazy. He knew full well what he was doing. He knew full well what actions he was taking. He was completely responsible for all of that, and he knew it. Right. And that I find interesting.
Just like BTK. Yep. And that's what is scary. It's the people that you think that walk among us that are like normal looking people, but really, like, what is evil? Okay. These people are extremely evil. I'm going to say this once and for all. I think that people like this need to get the death penalty. Bye. No, you will not be in any way redeemed. There's no redemption for you. Get on the chair. Get out of this life. Nobody wants you. Bye.
Well, that's no, I tend to agree. I think that people of that caliber are barely people at all in the first place, but secondly, they're a danger to everyone, right? You can't, regardless of who their targeted demographic is, they're a danger to everyone. They're a problem for everyone. They sow chaos and discord, and obviously they're killing people as well, and they shouldn't be allowed to do so. And there's only so much you can do short of removing them from this life to prevent that from happening. Like even if you put them in prison for the rest of their lives, right? Which, number one, there are all kinds of demographic issues, or not demographic, logistical issues with that, including like the housing, the feeding, and all that stuff's got to come from the public pocketbook. Which, frankly, we need to stop throwing money at people like that. But that doesn't, like, inside a prison, they're still going to be doing the same thing. They're still going to be sowing that chaos in that Discord. They're not going to stop being what they are behind bars.
So, do you mind if I posit along that line? Do you mind if I posit a question?
Sure, go ahead.
So this is kind of based off of a debate that happens in the 40K community, because in that setting, one of the things that the Imperium of Man will do for irredeemable monsters who are like, we can't put you back into general society because you get your jollies off killing people, is they will lobotomize you, basically make you barely able to do anything other than follow basic instructions, and then weld a bunch of machinery to you and turn you into what is called a servitor, basically a robot, but with a human brain. So my question is, would something like that be a solution to the problem of, well, killing this person, that opens up certain can of worms, but we can't exactly keep this person under lock and key for the rest of their natural life? Is that a viable middle ground? And I genuinely don't know where I'd line up on that. 'Cause I
No,
definitely
no, you sound like a socialist. No.
Yeah, I'm kind of with her. Look, man, we've spent a lot of time on this channel talking about the horrors of brain organoids. You're essentially taking that to the next fucking level, and you're using deranged, murderous brains to do it.
Hold on, that was the plot of one of the RoboCop movies.
It was,
is.
in fact, actually,
It
yes.
really is. And also Young Frankenstein, ironically.
Yep. So yeah, I don't think that would be even if it was feasible, even if you could get that to work, and I'm not convinced that that's possible at this time, but even if it could do it, this seems like one of those maybe we shouldn't scenarios.
Hey, let's go with what he said. That's my vote.
Mm-hmm.
Not do these things. We could tell people we did. What's up,
Right.
Wanda?
And that's like bringing up RoboCop 2, right? The only reason that Kane was even controllable at all is because he was fucking addicted to Nuke.
Yep.
That's it. Otherwise, he
Well,
wouldn't have been able to do anything with that guy.
I've put a link in the private chat that's in relation to Old Blindy's previous comment.
Which one? I'm scrolling up. Oh, Blindy. This one?
Yes.
All right. Let's see about bringing that up.
The question is, who is...
I don't have my gal here today. So.
Who is Hitler in the romantic relationship with? Stalin, Mussolini, Himmler, Goebbels?
So we've had this conversation before about words and names that probably shouldn't be spoken. I've got it backstage, Sam. This is your response?
Sometimes I wish you could talk. Look, a shooting star. Coco,
I wish I had a big black dick. Why am I being traumatized by a fucking Muppet? What the hell?
Oh, wait, no, it gets better.
This looks like the dog from Fraggle Rock, doesn't it?
It is. I thought it was. I thought that's where we were going with this. Check out the absolute Sonic right there.
Just play it.
look, go shoot.
You know, I didn't do that for months. I didn't drop a bomb on Paris. I asked for surrender 5 times before we attacked Warsaw. Everything was refused.
Sometimes
that's not good.
And there you go. And that's my response to all of that.
All right. We're just gonna slide past this.
Yeah.
Fucking. I'm saving that. Thank you, Abe. Thank you. I'm bookmarking that. Thank you.
We can't take everything too seriously all the time. We've got to get some levity.
Wait,
like-
you've never been on Twitter?
Haven't seen that.
Okay.
You know what my first thought was watching that video
This
was
is
that
all
Count Dankula didn't learn his lesson the first time and he's doubling down.
Yeah.
It's just a pug, guys. God.
Just a pug.
Yeah.
That's fun.
Isn't it a dead pug?
No,
Well,
Shadoo,
Yeah.
it's not. Shadoo,
Stop
you are young. You
You're a
need
bad
to, yes, let the adults speak. Thank you. What
No,
was
if we're
it?
talking about Cantankerous pug, didn't it pass away the
No,
other day?
Shadoo, no. Thank you, Squatch. You were saying?
Anything but that. I mean, like, what do you want from me, dude? Stop being so dark, bro. You've got to have some levity.
Come on, man. Bit of death, destruction, murder, annihilation.
Sure,
It's all
sure.
good, right?
With a few high points in between, and you've got a show.
Yeah, just not with the dogs, okay?
Not with the dogs, bro.
No, with the pugs. Yeah.
Take the dogs out of it.
We can
Reminder, before the
face
stream went
nuclear
live.
obliteration as long as the animals are okay.
I mean,
Yeah.
as we discussed before stream, I don't really understand how to human properly, so I do apologize.
Yeah, that's true. You don't.
I bought a book years ago, and it's actually called How to Be Human.
I bet you it was wrong. If you did the thing,
Yeah,
people look at you like it was crazy.
I don't think I learned anything from that book.
I got a book on Christmas called How to Be a Dictator.
Really? Who was the author?
Putin.
Well, I mean, if Hillary's going to be a sourpuss,
I got the abridged version of that. It was just called How to Be a Dick. Memorized every word.
it was 7 pages
That's
long.
called.
Yeah, it was more of a pamphlet, really.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't know.
Well,
I'm having murder face flashbacks here. It's like, and that's called being a dick. It's a kind of a niche Cartoon Network reference for those of you who didn't know.
Old school.
I got it.
I dropped a salad fingers reference in the Dollar General earlier, and the guy, because I was buying spoons, right? Like, this makes sense to me. I'm buying spoons, and I just looked at him and was like, "Do you have any rusty spoons?" And he
I've actually
straight through him
I've got-
goes, "No, sir."
I've got a Salad Fingers t-shirt it's just him, and it says, "I like it when the red water comes out." Do you know what was more mental, though? It's the fact that back in the day, Mr. Firth, who produced all of that shit, he used to sell that design on women's knickers.
Damn right.
Damn.
Wow.
It's easy to use. That's
Actual
bold.
fuck.
That's
Yeah.
bold.
That's an image.
Yep.
Beg your finest fucking pardon.
Yeah.
You are quite welcome.
Yeah.
I really want to be on this stream again.
Hey, you were the one who insisted that you come this week. You know, you were like, I'm going to be here. And you can't stop me from being here. And I was like, I can't actually. I'm just not going to.
Thank you. We love you. You're great.
Oh, no. I'm not unloved. I'm just disturbed.
That's fine. Welcome to the club.
Well, as you get older, you'll get more disturbed, so get used to it.
What I do is I force it down internally so that it can manifest later as a mental illness or a heart condition.
Yeah.
Right.
I think I'm already doing that.
I'm going in for both.
I mean, that's what grown ass men are supposed to do, right? It's like we bottle that
Hell
shit up
yeah.
until it becomes like cancer or productivity.
Yep.
Yeah. It's either art or suffering. Can't be both.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's a little bit of both. I mean, have you seen Jackson Pollock?
Jackson Pollock was a sick
Oh my god, Jackson Pollock is like one of the best painters ever.
And one of the worst simultaneously.
And he just went out there and he did some shit, and everyone's like, "Oh my god, yeah, let's do this guy."
you're
Goes,
so
"Oh my
wrong.
god, he just went and like
No one
squirted
cared
some
about
paint."
Jackson Pollock. No one cared until the CIA decided they needed more money, and they manipulated his paintings into being worth billions.
Yep.
And they used it to exchange currency. It's allegedly. Hold on, where's my fucking hat? God damn it!
That actually brings something up for me.
Nice.
As far as like overrated modern artists go, right? Andy Warhol's at the top of my fucking list.
Yet again.
Oh, no. Come on. No.
100%. 100%. I hate that man's art for the most part.
I prefer parodies of his art over his art.
Like, dude, in Fort Collins, Colorado, in front of a building that's owned by Colorado State University, there is a massive Campbell's chicken soup can that is one of his pieces. It's the dumbest fucking thing, and it's just sitting right in the middle of this promenade that's supposed to be this nice, beautiful garden with all these, exotic flowers all around and stuff. And there's a couple of really, sculptures that sort of fit that, like, I'm in a natural wonderland kind of vibe of this garden. And then there's this giant fucking soup can just fucking the whole vibe up.
It's culture instigated by the CIA.
Modern art began as a joke. Marcel Duchamp, right, originally took a urinal and put it in an art gallery, and people just assumed it was part of the exhibition.
Yeah, I know.
He was having a laugh.
So
I will take your Andy Warhol, and I will raise you Tracy Emin.
My own father participated in this shit. Right? When he was in art school back in like the fucking late 60s, early 70s, right? He decided he had to turn in a project because art school, right? So what he did was he made a mobile out of meat that he had let rot for about 3 weeks before he turned it in. And he called it fucking art.
Okay.
Right? It's not art. It was just rotten meat. And his whole point, his whole purpose, which he told me years later, he's like, I was just fucking with him.
Yeah.
And that's modern art in a nutshell.
But isn't that whatever kind of like expression of your personality, whatever you want to do, whether it's art in that way or whatever you do, that is you. You're welcome to do that. Thank you for showing us. We can agree and say like, oh, I get that. But somebody is actually making a point.
My father was a dick.
Point?
I don't have to agree.
There are differences. You take someone like Andy Warhol, and he played with color. He played with absurdism. Then you take someone like Tracy Emin, who literally just didn't clean her room for like 6 months, left it trashed, and then recreated it in a gallery.
Is that the chick that carried the fucking mattress?
Oh, it might have been. I'm not sure. She's done all sorts of degenerate shit.
I feel like art is art. It's always going to be, somebody's going to be different. Somebody's going to be doing things. But what is it that matters to you personally? Do you like it? Do you understand it? That is the beauty of art. Yes. Okay, fine. A truck made out of whatever fucking shit. Well, I'm not into that kind of stuff, but I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. Bye. You're a dick. But you know what? But
Wait, Matt,
you have
suggesting there is art and art?
You have the freedom to do that. All of us could be sitting here and saying, like, we could make this kind of art or this kind of music or this poem or whatever we are doing. I don't know. What are we doing, Samuel?
I guess look, I guess I could break it down like this. This is how I see the difference between art and modern art or postmodern art, is that art is inherently creative. Postmodern tends to be, in my view, destructive.
No, this is where I don't agree. I understand what you're saying. I don't agree with you. As soon as you start censoring art, that is where it gets into like you know what?
That's not where I was going with this at all.
The more of a communist you are a commie. So.
I think you jump into conclusions. I didn't say we should censor these people. I said I don't like it.
Yeah, there's a difference between saying it should be censored and saying it's shit.
That's fine.
Trash is trash. I don't care how much it sells for. It's still trash.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not censoring anybody. Like, Marina Abramovich wants to go and put her vagina blood all over the fucking kitchen tablecloth. That's her business. It's disgusting, and I fucking hate it. I'm not going to stop her from doing it.
That's a biohazard, dude.
Yeah, it 100% is. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not saying that she can't do that. I'm saying that, you know, I would have thought twice about it
you
first.
don't like it. You're
No,
saying
he's saying he's not going to buy it.
exactly.
And I might throw up in its presence because that is fucking disgusting.
That there's a subjective dislike to the actual piece. I think pretty much everyone here would go, hey, if you want to make something and you personally identify it as art, and you find other people who are not only going, wow, this is nice to look at, but even willing to exchange currency to own it, then they're free to do that. I think I think the main issue most people have with modern art is when people go, this is objectively as good as this thing you like, and because you like this thing, you must therefore like this piece of modern art. Yeah. Like for instance, I don't really care about art in some capacity, but I can look at, say, I think it was Michelangelo was the sculptor, right? He was of the four, he was the sculptor.
Yeah.
I can look at some of Michelangelo's work and go, damn, that is impressive. I can't really point to a lot of people before or since that reached that level of skill. Objectively, while I may not really care personally, but objectively, that is a solid piece of art. And then I look at something made today, like the urinal example, where, okay, subjectively, I still don't care because I don't care about art, but objectively, that is not the same level of caliber as one of Michelangelo's statues. And if I'm told by someone that, no, I must like both because someone subjectively likes both, I'm going to fucking hate the modern art more because I have a negative response to dicks being dicks to me.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Just to kind of parse through the emotions going on panel.
Yeah, it's pretty reasonable.
Yeah, I mean, look, like I said, I'm not canceling anybody because they want to do. I'm not suggesting we censor people. I'm just saying that it's okay to say a piece of shit if it's shit, especially if it's actual bronzed shit, which did happen a while back.
I think we're sort of gliding over the fact that most art is basically in existence for money laundering purposes anyway.
Exactly. That's why I haven't said a word through this entire tirade. It has nothing to do with taste and everything to do with CIA's pages.
To be fair, most artists, postmodern or otherwise, aren't usually the ones making money on this. So,
also true.
The starving artist thing is a thing for a reason. You don't usually get big until after you croak. So,
yeah.
Oh, poor Van Gogh. Poor fucking Van Gogh.
I don't know how poor that guy was. I mean, yeah, like poor Van Gogh, but like he didn't have to cut his fucking ear off. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I mean, it was
he didn't need to kill himself, but man.
That's kind of a debatable point there.
It was either an ear or a bollock. I think he made the right choice.
Well, there's a very good chance that he was shot by one of the neighbor kids, actually. And he said he did it himself because back then there wasn't really an age limit to things like capital punishment.
Did the neighbor kids also make him mail it to his would-be girlfriend?
No, I'm talking about the death. Like when it, like,
oh, right.
There's a belief that he shot himself, but there's also an alternative story where some neighbor kid on their deathbed, like 60 years later, 80 years later, was like, "No, I shot Van Gogh. It was an accident. We were messing around, yada yada yada, blam." But it was with his own pistol, and he shouldn't have given it to the kid, and yada yada yada. You know. But none of this is verified. But then again, the only thing that's actually verified is a bullet did end up in Van Gogh, and Van Gogh said he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking
I've seen that episode of Doctor Who. It's one of the best ones.
Yes.
Artists are strange people. You know, Salvador Dali used to shave his head and stick sea anemones to it. Like urchins and shit. That was like
good fun, bro.
Punk, that was like punk hair before punk was a thing.
You know, I think you do need to be that.
Okay, like back in the day, like when we used to like get like pink hair or like nose rings, that was a different time. That was like the punk movement. That was like trying to be different. Whatever. You're growing up today. every time I see somebody with different the pink, green, what gal, I love you, babe. But like all of those bitches and dudes going out there with nose rings, like how do you hijack something that was real to me at a certain point and you hijack it to make it your own political thing? How?
Yeah. That was always frustrating for because I was involved with the goth stuff in the 90s, right? Which came from post-punk, which came from punk, et cetera, at all. And a lot of the stuff that I used to consider like just awesome looking or hot or whatever label you want to apply to it that's generally positive in perspective, right? Almost all of that shit has been hijacked by psychopaths since then.
Yeah, all of it.
Yeah,
right.
Because they, like you, recognize that it's nice, it's positive, it's cool, and they want to, from probably a genuine like of it, wish to use it so that they themselves can be insert positive association there. But because they don't fully understand it, that's also that's kind of a dickish way to phrase it, but I don't have a better way of phrasing it. Because they don't understand it and don't understand its application, they handle it in a very tacky way. It's kind of like a gangster who came up from the bad side of town suddenly gets a lot of money because now he's a gangster and he starts buying all the expensive clothes and the expensive cars, but he's only looking at the price tag. He's not actually looking at how they match together, what they look like, how they represent him, and so he just looks tacky. It's the same thing. There's no, what does this piercing look like? What does it say about me? What does this tattoo say about me? What does this hairstyle say about me? All it is it makes me look different, or it looks good on this person, or I spent a lot of money on it, ergo, it looks good. And then you don't get the results you want. Oh shit, okay, well I just need to do more of it. Or I've heard there are some people who get genuinely addicted to getting needles put into them in the regards to the piercings and the tattoos. So then you get addicted to that and just keep doing it, and then eventually you are a grotesque. Okay, Sam can confirm. You become a grotesque mockery of what you thought was cool and hip. And if enough people are doing this, then what was originally seen as cool, hip, awesome, hot, neat, insert positive emotion here, becomes the item of mockery due to this failure of understanding it. I could have probably simplified that, but that's
Okay,
you can simplify almost everything you say. You know that, right?
Yeah,
I try.
When an ideology, even at the, when we're all growing up, we want to be different. We want to do something, and you're encouraged to do that. But when that is weaponized and made into, like when I was growing up, like I'm not a fucking lesbian, but did I experiment with even at school, reading things like Maya Angelou, just experiencing different things to understand who I am. I'm going to weaponize that in the way I look and the way I do things. I was always a grunger, and people say, oh, no, grunge is all about, like, oh, they're all dirty, whatever. Yeah, shut the fuck up. No, grunge is not about that. Grunge is about the time I lived in. I lived in that time. And then they started weaponizing that by bringing out, everybody has ripped jeans now. We used to rip our jeans by skateboarding and getting on the street and actually climbing over a fence or doing something. That's how we were grunge. Sitting on a sink to pee, going with a band to do things in the basement.
Yeah, the occasional murder. Yeah,
well,
it's
Anna, you make an excellent point, though.
Bury your body. You know what?
Yeah,
bury your body.
We were grunge. But
DMT when you're 13.
Was about the sound. It was about the same as goth.
No movement today. There's nothing I can say about any of the people growing up today where I can say this is this generation.
Yeah.
I can't give them even one thing I can say. It's they're all online. They're all sitting there. They wouldn't even freaking understand if they listen back at a certain point, listening to the show. They don't get it. They just live in a different space in a different time.
Right.
We were different back in the day. Samuel.
These goddamn
Hey.
kids.
Even Shadoo, he's the youngest of us, but even he gets it. Like, where did they read books? Did they go to the library?
Got it.
Oh,
they got it, and then they got him.
Even Squatch, like you are such a gentleman, but like you're the kind of guy I would sit down with and play guitar with.
Who?
Okay.
All right. I think I need to start reading.
Okay.
I mean, that's one thing, a series of words to say.
I have Dadman Watkins post up here on the screen. If it's been on there for a minute, because I did want to kind of address that a little bit. And I think you're right, dude. It's like maybe sometimes there's no meaning intended, either by piercings or tats or hair color. It's just so somebody likes, makes them happy. I have no doubt that is true in many cases. The problem is that it is now specifically and societally associated with certain ideologies. That's the problem. It isn't about oh, you like having your septum pierced. It's fine. Like there's lots of people I'm sure who do, right? But when you see that, especially in the world of online, where we're all terminally online here, and it's kind of like, I think honestly I need to get out in the fucking real world more myself. But it is not always like you just can't take the chance. You can't take the chance that it's a psycho behind a fucking nose ring. Unfortunately, and it's just the way it is. There is a stigma attached to these things now.
Yeah.
Because they have been co-opted and used as symbols by people who kind of want to see me dead. So, I mean, I agree that there are people out there who just like this stuff. I know people in my own personal life who dye their hair crazy colors because they like color. Right. And there's nothing wrong with that. But like, if I didn't know them, I'd probably cross the fucking street. So I hope that makes sense. But unfortunately, it's just not a thing that we can take a chance on anymore. And back in the day, it didn't mean anything, aside from aesthetically pleasing or whatever. Like Anna was saying about grunge, the same was true of goth. Goth was about the sound, right? It was about the music. It was about, everything else was kind of adjacent, but it wasn't what the movement was. The movement was about music. It was about freedom. It was about that kind of thing. It was never a political thing. Actually, I'd highly recommend y'all go check out some of there's a YouTuber, Jake Monroe, who talks quite a bit about what goth is and isn't. And one thing it isn't and never has been is political. And I don't think grunge was either. Not really.
Am I supposed to scream nerd again?
You can, I guess, if you want. I'm just saying, right. But like grunge isn't a political movement, right? Now there are people involved in the movement who were political. Sure, it's same thing with everything else, but that's that person. That's not the movement. If that makes sense.
Yeah, but they all hijacked that though.
Yeah.
These people go in there and take the best of the things we grew up with and hijack them. And then make it into their own. And this is what I have a problem with.
100%.
Here, if you're gay, lesbian, LGBTQ, back in the day, nobody gave a shit. It was like, whatever. You do whatever you want to do. We all, Abe's laughing. I guess you're LGBTQ or something, too.
No, I was just laughing at Aaron's comment there. Grunge was about peeing in sinks.
Yes, it was.
It kind of was.
Yeah.
I literally did that. Yeah, it was. But yeah, like they hijack everything. Even the whole, okay, I'm going to get really deep. Samuel, I'm sorry.
This is why gatekeeping is important.
What with the whole Antifa thing? There were a whole bunch of people in Russia back in the 90s who were neo-Nazis, like actual neo-Nazis. And there was a group of people who I interacted with who were Antifa. What that meant is anti-fascist. They would go up to those people who would bully other people for not being white, for not being Russian, and they would kick their ass. That is what it stood for. Now, these motherfuckers come in and decide, no, you know what? I want to come in here and I'm going to take it as my own, and I'm going to just make it so I don't like the fact that you're bullying me. I don't like the fact that this is this. I'm just going to hijack the whole fucking movement, and I'm going to go out there and bully you because you don't like me going in your bathrooms. You don't like me doing this. You don't like me doing, but at its core, what the whole thing started with was very like pure. You don't bully people based on the fact that they're not white. And these guys went out, but then no, these motherfuckers come in again, hijack a movement and make it into something else. I'm tired of it. Like, where the fuck how? Why?
Well, you know, the expression, this is why we can't have nice things. This is exactly why. It's because there are people who seek to usurp the nice things for whatever. I mean, you're seeing the same problem. It's not just in social movements, right? Although that is definitely what we're discussing here. But like you see the same thing in like other circles. Like I'm sure Shadoo could go on. I'm not going to let him, but he could go on for hours and hours about the kind of infiltration that's happened with his tabletop gamings. You know, the film and entertainment industry, the music industry. It's all, you know, like, oh, it was always leftist. It was always political every fucking time. It's about tearing down the culture. So we have nothing left but the politics.
Yeah. Antonio Gramsci and Kimberly Crenshaw.
Sure.
The recognition that so long as people can, or I'm gonna sound like a communist for a second, or Marxist more specifically, because this is how the argument was framed. But the idea from Antonio Gramsci was that the reason why you weren't having a Marxist revolution at the time when he wrote this was because capitalism had so permeated into the minds of the proletariat, and their lives were just good enough that they didn't want the revolution because they felt like, hey, I don't need a revolution, I'm fine. So his solution was that you permeate Marxist thought throughout all of society, so you don't need to have a violent revolution. Everyone just naturally starts going towards Marxism. Kimberly Crenshaw adapted this a little bit to include race, not just class, and someone else, I don't remember who, tossed in sex as another vector of doing this. And that's why you see them try to infiltrate what Anna was talking about with the different music groups, genres, whatever terminology would be there, or why we've seen this happen with movie franchises, why we've seen this happen with comic books, why we've seen this happen with video games, and why we're seeing this happen in the tabletop communities as like the current major battleground thing. Because there's the recognition that so long as people have a method of getting away from the political realities of the world, they will rather choose that over getting involved in politics. And the communist idea, or the Marxist idea, is that if you get everyone to focus on the issues of the world, they will just naturally become Marxists and they will join the revolution. It's flawed, but that's the perspective that's motivating this push. The actual individuals doing it, like the actual people coming in and forcing people out of spaces, might not be thinking about that. They might have their own personal reasons, but the actual background motivation behind why this is Marxist supplanting of the existing cultures.
Oh my gosh, Shadoo, you actually are very smart. Thank you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. We've worked for many moons trying to convince him that he's a moron, and we've almost got him licked.
Yeah, he's our token clown who somehow became erudite.
Do not worry, Squatch. I am mostly parroting points from Sargon and Arch. This is not me being smart. This is me being decent at memorization. Like a parrot or a Pidgeot.
I was going to let it.
Yeah.
You do yourself a disservice, sir.
I think kid's got a point about like his generation and the parroting, overthinking, but I don't believe that that's true in your case, kid. I think you think entirely too much about this stuff sometimes. I think you go to some really obscure places with it sometimes. Don't actually make a whole lot of obvious sense to the rest of us. But that doesn't mean that you aren't thinking and that you're not, an intelligent person. By the way, this is as complimentary as I'm ever going to get. So, enjoy it.
I was being self-deprecating for Squatch's sake, and I'm getting an intervention. Yay! Legitimately, thank you all. Yes, legitimately thank you.
No, it was a good point. It was a very good point. It was well said. I'm just still stuck on that. Oh my gosh, Shadoo, you're actually smart from Anna.
I mean, I intentionally turn up the vulgarity and barbarity, one part out of hilarity and one part out of just for the lulz.
Right, but seeing as how you managed to make your point, you went on a fairly long diatribe there, right? And you managed to make your point without reducing it to vulgarity, without so much as a fuck, right? It shows me that you
couldn't fucking do that.
It shows me that you can, which means I get to hold you to an even higher standard than I have been.
Yes.
I tried to tell you, Shadoo. I tried.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah, you kind of screwed yourself a little bit there. No, this is the perennial workers, paradox, right? It's like, you if you work harder, they just expect you to do better and do more.
Yeah.
So,
I don't think anything is wrong with that, though. I think that you should hold yourself to that standard. You should work harder. You should do better. You should be the best that you can be. There's never we have a saying in Russian, like, you can read all the books, you can watch all the plays, you can watch all the ballet, but everything that you can, there's no standard. Reach higher. Be better. And that's what Shadoo did. Thank you.
100%. I'm always getting on him about how much he swears because he tends to use it like punctuation. And I swear a lot. Y'all know I swear a lot, but I don't swear that much.
I swear like a fucking sapochnik. I'm like a freaking sapochnik is like somebody who makes boots. I swear like a sailor all the time.
I don't fucking ever swear.
Like a cobbler?
You swear like a cobbler.
I could see cobblers being very adept at swearing with all the tiny nails and the hammer.
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the big bruised thumbs, like all swollen and shit. Yeah, I imagine they probably could swear pretty good.
Yeah.
And also, swearing is an art. Leo Tolstoy used to swear. Pushkin used to swear. Dostoevsky had a lot of swearing, but in context, you gotta make it beautiful. Swear.
Nah, they were all cunts. Fuck them. I think the British have perfected it.
Yeah, but y'all are too fucking polite.
I gotta give Abe on this one. I was called a jammy git one time, and I still haven't gotten over it.
Yeah.
Jammy git.
Yeah. And he is. Fucking right, jammy git.
Could you translate that from British to American?
He's doing excellently. God, I'm trying to explain it using actual regular English, but even then, I'm not sure Americans will understand it.
Well, the Americans that are here are above average intelligence, so feel free.
Yeah, okay, we'll go with that.
Thanks, Dick.
Above average for this country.
Sure.
How about that?
He's doing very well for himself.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, keep in mind.
But also, donate to Caucasian Sasquatch on...
Yeah, money him, money now.
Yeah.
All the things. It is what it is.
The other stuff.
I don't know why I'm shilling for your fucking Cash App. You can do that.
Because I taught you well, sir.
It's because people will donate to Sasquatch and then he'll fucking donate it to you.
That's true. That's true. Money him, money now, so that he will money me.
Yeah,
That's the only way it's going to happen, folks.
So according to Google, are you saying that he is a very lucky, contemptible individual?
That checks out.
Yeah, roughly. Yeah.
I'm going to start.
Although his contemptibility is contingent on his look. Yeah.
Some things just don't have like a proper one-to-one.
Yeah, English doesn't translate into English very well.
It kind of doesn't. You know, it kind of doesn't. Like take the word. I mean, just across the pond, we got different meanings for the same fucking words. Like fanny. Fanny means something different in England than it does in
yes,
in
it
the United
does.
States. Now they both involve the pelvis, but different sides of it.
Yes. And every time I hear an American say fanny pack, and I'm like, I packed a few fannies in my time.
Yeah, except that's not what that means over here. It's completely
That's not what that
inoffensive to
means
us.
over there, no.
or how the British say things like cookie or chip
fag.
wrong. No, that's actually a good usage of fag. I do like British meatballs are pretty nice.
Right. Well, I was talking about cigarettes, first of all. Secondly,
Well, more specifically, and I can get away with this being British, it's wonderful to smoke a fag whilst eating faggots.
He does like to put fags in his mouth from time to time.
I do love to put a good fag in my mouth.
Whoa, what the hell did I walk back into?
A discussion about cigarettes.
English semantics.
Cigarettes and meatballs.
At 2 a.m. in a bus station bathroom, I really don't care what you put in your mouth.
Yeah. Cigarettes and walking people down.
Right, but that's like, it's obviously a vulgar and obvious example, but it is a good example, I think, of the differences in how we use certain words.
Yeah.
Yeah, even within the United States, you've got that kind of like breakdown of stuff. I mean, granted, the United States is less one country and more a couple dozen countries put together in a skin suit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or like
defense budget big enough to fight God or die trying, boys and girls. We out here.
Hey, Abe, can I bum a fag?
You can bum a fag. How many fags would you like to bum?
That's a bit of a double entendre.
Yes.
There might be more entendres.
because bum means something different to the English too.
Yeah. Hey, Anna, you know what? Later on, I was thinking about chewing on a few faggots. How does that sound?
Oh, brilliant. Are you going to put them in the oven? Or are you going to...
It depends how right-wing I'm feeling at the time, but...
Dear God, man. So, I got one for you. I think this is a funny joke, and I think you're the right people to bring it up to. My wife's sister is transgender man, okay? He's getting married. And she looks over at me. They've got to go to a wedding, a transgender wedding. 2 transgenders. And she's like, I got to go to a terrorist wedding. And I was like, don't tell that joke there.
Oh, no.
That's what I said. Oh, no.
So it's like, well, it was a good stream.
You know? You were right. Yeah. I would apologize, but I'm not that type of creature.
Oh, you keep saying that.
I know.
It's almost like people keep telling you should.
They do.
That's something else. Actually, I do want to bring this up for a second. One of the things that I've been seeing a lot of, this has been a recurring theme here in the States for a while now with the cancel pigs and all that shit. But it's reaching new. I don't really want to get into the Jimmy Kimmel shit because frankly, I don't care that much about it. Honestly, dude wasn't canceled. He was fired. It's a different thing, but whatever. But people talking about how he should apologize for his remarks. I think that's erroneous. I think that we shouldn't be demanding apologies from people, because when you demand an apology from somebody, if they give it to you, right? I mean, you should only ever apologize for something if you're actually remorseful for whatever it was that you have done or whatever you've caused. Otherwise, it's just hollow. And a hollow apology is worth nothing. It's just fucking performative.
I have an opinion.
Okay.
The opinion is what?
Okay. So there's a misconception that this most recent round of firings associated with the celebration videos of Charlie Kirk's death and the people who posted them is cancel culture. This is not. Cancel culture was different. It did that thing, but what it was most famous for was bringing up a tweet from 5 years before where you shared the Justin Trudeau blackface painting, and everybody said you were a Yahtzee of some kind and you got fired because a bunch of people didn't like it. That's the difference. This is not dragging up something from 5 years ago. This is not dragging up something from your past and using it against you. This is something you willingly did actively today.
I agree. I was bringing up the cancel pigs as this has been a recurring theme from them for years, right? It's like, oh, you did a bad thing. You should apologize for it. And then the second you do apologize for it, well, that's not enough. Apologize more. Get down on your knees while you do it. Hey, while you're down there, lick my taint. You know, I mean, that's the kind of shit.
I got time.
I mean, you know, let's make sure you get all of it, right? And sometimes I don't get so thorough with the wet wipes, but anyway, my point is, it's like, even then, like, you know, you should never apologize to a mob. You should never apologize to people who are fucking demanding it unless you are genuinely remorseful. If you feel bad about what you've done, yeah, absolutely. Ask for forgiveness or whatever. You may not get it, but there's nothing wrong with asking for it. My problem is that people are still demanding apologies of people who are clearly unremorseful for what they've done. What's the fucking point? What worth do you get out of that?
Yeah.
You know,
I'm looking at you, China.
Well, yeah, too. But you know, it's like, so like with Kim, like, first of all, I don't give a shit what he said. Like, you know, he was on his way out the fucking door at some point soon anyway. He was failing, he was losing money, he was looking at doing other things anyway. This just kind of was a convenient excuse. Personally, I think both ABC and Kimmel are going to benefit from this framing, right? But this is not what happened. I think that the whole thing is a fucking lie. You know, I don't think anything he said or did had anything to do with his being fired. I think they just used it as an excuse to get him out the door, and he was looking to get out the door anyway.
Yep.
So, but the whole, like, oh, he said a bad thing, he should apologize. No, he shouldn't apologize unless he actually fucking is remorseful.
Yeah,
and he's not going to be.
Yeah, like, Kimmel's a piece of shit. He is. Right?
Oh, yeah, always has been.
But again, I don't know. I see no value in a public apology tour.
The only value it would provide is, frankly, it would make people feel good.
No,
which honestly, for me personally, the fact that he's lost his job for being an objective people are saying he didn't lose his job for being a piece of shit. It was just the excuse to get rid of a show that was actively costing the network money, and they just needed a reason to break his contract. Either way, Goody's gone.
What about when you say it would make people feel good? What about it is making them feel good? What specifically are they feeling good about? Are they feeling good because they got one over on this guy and they got him to admit he was wrong publicly, whether or not he meant it?
Basically, humans are simple creatures.
Because that's also not worth. That's a fleeting fucking feeling in the first place, and secondly, it's petty and beneath us.
Yes, objectively, I'm not in disagreement. Won't stop people from demanding it.
No, and by the way, when I say petty, I know from petty. I am a very petty person.
And confirmed.
I think that this is really very simple. A man did not do a good job at his job. He got fired. That's what I saw it as. That's it.
I mean, I look at it like
I'm not going to weaponize that as like a political thing. If you're bad at what you're doing, he was never a good comedian. Number one,
a business thing, yeah.
So if you're bad at what you're doing, I'm sorry. This is how it works in life. You're bad at what you're doing. Bye. We don't want you. But they weaponized it. Even
Yeah.
on our I don't want to get into the whole politics of it, but even on our side, it's like people are going like, yeah, like cancel. It's like we're no better than the other side. Stop with the shit. No, it's not fair what's happened over the years. But Kimmel was never a good comedian.
Oh, wait a second. Are
Once
you
to
trying
laugh
to
at his
get
fucking jokes. No, I did not. I think he's bad as a comedian. When he went out there and did something, yes, you are contract, whatever it says in your contract, you did not abide by those laws. You get out of here. Thank you. Bye.
I mean, when you got 30 other people, 30 comedy writers writing your jokes for you, and you're still not funny,
right?
You know, maybe it's time to go.
I kind of feel like you're trying to tell me that we shouldn't utilize the weapons of our enemies against them. That's what she said.
Yeah.
No, what I'm saying is, yes, you can do that, but what does that tell you about you? No, we don't do that kind of thing. Like, I'm so angry. I have been very angry about all these motherfuckers going out there and doing the thing where they canceled you and canceled me and canceled everyone, and we still tolerated. This is what we are going to keep doing. We will tolerate, but push back, but tolerate things. We're not going to do the same shit that they're doing. And I think that ABC and all this shit with Jimmy Kimmel and all of this bullshit, whatever, who cares? Are we all sitting there every day like, oh yeah, it's a Jimmy Kimmel show. Yeah, we're all going to go on. Yeah, who the fuck cares? Nobody cares.
You seem to
Do you care, Sasquatch? Do you go and watch him every single day?
I've disliked Jimmy Kimmel for quite a long time. I used to watch Stephen Colbert back when it was the Colbert Report.
Yeah, me too.
Yep. Years ago.
I was still watching Colbert at the time too.
When he sold out the second time, yeah. I couldn't do it, man. After Wrist Strong, he just lost everything.
Yeah. I don't know. On the one hand, Rant, there was a time when these guys were like a staple of like fucking late night television and shit. They haven't been for a very long time. They haven't been, like, especially after they all, went on fucking hiatus a couple years ago and all that shit, and they were all doing it trying to do it from their homes and all that. They never recovered from that in the first place. And they were on the decline before all that shit happened.
When any comedian finds himself in a position in which they become either a cultural or political bootlicker, they cease to be funny.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, not just that. You also had the fact that with the rising popularity of using the internet, you suddenly went from having a dozen because this is a thing that a lot of people have had issues with, especially in the mainstream. Is back in the day, you only had, let's say, 12 options to get your comedy from, get your entertainment from, get your news from. But thanks to the internet, and then COVID kind of forcing everyone to use the internet for these things, now you realize, holy shit, that's a lot of zeros. Let's just call it infinite sources for all of those things. So even if Jimmy Kimmel was possessed of a great quality, you wouldn't be seeing the success in his show. You would either see people siphoned away to other things that they personally prefer more, or you'd see more of his success on YouTube, Twitter, Rumble now, I guess, where you can find more, where people are more comfortable getting access to this stuff because they can do it at their leisure, at their time, with more controlled, customizable options compared to having to watch cable news. So that, and then also the fact that Kimmel's a hack who does need other writers to make his jokes for him, and then COVID just kind of revealing that fact.
Yeah.
Going back to Anna's point, though, because this is something I'm curious, Anna, is your issue with the utilization of the tool? Like, for instance, if someone makes a death threat, like what some people have been doing, where like, yeah, we need that Charlie Kirk, or I'm trying to be very careful so I don't get Sam or Squatch taken out, because if they say it, they're fine, but if I say it, channel gets nuked. Where people are calling for violence is them being punished for calling for violence using the tools that they did for banning someone for making a offensive joke. Is that something that you see as an issue?
That was entirely my point. There's a difference between cancel culture and violating the terms of your contract.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not the
And
tool itself.
Specifically,
it's
calling for violence. Specifically, if you're out there, you're actively calling for violence. You are in violation of the law.
Yep.
Exactly.
That's a crime, and it should be prosecuted as a crime.
Comedy is, all of us know we're all like funny and whatever, we say funny shit, but comedy has also, you can't just go out there and say whatever the fuck you want to say. You can't. I'm sorry, you cannot do that.
I've seen feminist comedians. You absolutely can.
You can push it. You can push it to the extreme, but you still need to realize, what are the people who I am streaming with right now? What are they comfortable with? Who is comfortable with this? Who is a good comedian understands that. When a comedian stands up on stage and actually makes funny jokes, even if they sound crude, rude, that's in a show, in a comedy, in a room that you paid money to go and watch. That's not on a streaming service. Will say, these are the rules. We cannot buy.
You can pay money to me and watch me. I don't mind. Stop it.
Yeah, everybody go and pay money to Sasquatch. But my point, Shadoo, to what you're saying, thank you for that question, is I think that everybody is free to express whatever they want, but also you have to have intelligence and grace and a way to be funny without breaking rules, because we all live in a society, in a world where there are fucking rules. I'm sorry. It's like, we all live in a world with rules.
You've never been to underground Atlanta.
There goes all my Holocaust jokes.
Yep.
I'd wager that is not the end of Abe's Holocaust jokes.
99%.
I got loads of them.
Jokes out.
Listen, it's been 20 years since 9/11. We're allowed to make 9/11 jokes. I'm sure the fact that it's been 70 since the Holocaust, we're allowed to. And there goes the stream. Okay.
Pretty much. That's pretty much how that works. I mean, you know, the Lakota, that whole ghost dance scenario happened, 140 years ago? That shit's still not cool. It wasn't cool then. It's not cool now. I mean, shit.
I'm not saying that was, and I'm not saying that wasn't my fucking people. Anyway. That said, I don't know. It hardly matters. I guess the only reason I even brought that fucker up in the first place was because of the apology tour. That hasn't happened yet, but it is being called for. It's a waste of everybody's time. You know, it's a waste of everybody's time. He's not fucking sorry about what he said, and honestly, I don't care if he is or isn't. You know,
a mealy mouthed apology is going to mean nothing.
It's not going to make anybody's life better.
No.
Yep.
Whether or not he does. You know, even it won't make his better either. You know, it's not going to help anybody to do something idiotic like that, to once again go out and say something that you don't actually mean. You know, that's I don't know. It's a problem. It's a problem for me. But speaking of things that I'm going to transition a little bit here, speaking of things that are out of the norm and things that are doing things that are kind of mean. Y'all hear about these squirrels? These California squirrels?
Oh. Yeah, from you.
These California squirrels that are switching to full carnivorousness.
All right. Are we sure it's not rabies?
I think it's, I mean, you could say being in California is kind of like having rabies.
Squirrels aren't usually a vector for rabies because they don't usually get close enough to things that have rabies to get them without dying.
Yeah.
But it's possible.
I don't think that it is because there are multiple squirrels displaying similar behaviors that are not necessarily. And when I say similar behaviors, I don't mean like, acting out of character or whatever, although I think it is out of character. They are hunting and decapitating and devouring voles specifically.
Okay, Sam is spreading a little bit of misinformation. Not all of them are decapitating. Many of them are disemboweling.
Whatever.
I saw one throwing throwing other squirrels out of a tree. That's the only
behavior.
Look, violence among squirrels is not a new thing, right?
No, dude, this was different. Homeboy was on the hunt. Like, he went up this one tree, climbed down, went and chewed its face off to make sure it was dead, and went back up the tree and tossed some other squirrel out like it was Suge Knight. I was like, what the hell, dude?
Fuck. How deep in debt were they to their fucking squirrel bookie? That's what I want to know. They sent the fucking Salamanca squirrels after them.
You know, in the UK, like, we used to have red squirrels, and now we only have gray ones. But now it's slow because the gray ones basically chewed the face off and ate the red ones, and then the red ones are starting to come back. And I actually have Billy Bob Quarnton, my resident squirrel that I actually feed. He's like a half breed. He's gray and red. Yeah, and he comes into
Stop feeding it.
No, he's so cool, but he's butch. He like comes up and he's like, "Where's my acorns today, Anna?" And I'm like, Jesus fucking Christ.
No,
you better have my money when I come to collect.
Welcome in, Zilege.
Hey, Zilege. This is an island of pure ginger squirrels.
I'm just remembering the fucking red squirrel memes from a few months back when Carl Benjamin covered the fact that, like, the UK government was remigrating the gray squirrels because it was a danger to the native squirrel populations, and all of the people posting images of like crusader red squirrels.
Right? Dude, the hilarity of the British government relocating gray squirrels because it threatens the native squirrel population, but not relocating the gray people because there's a threat to the native human population. Is fucking excellent, dude.
My favorite part was someone took one of those articles and they replaced every instance of red squirrel with native British and replaced every instance of gray squirrel with foreign immigrant or some other term for it, and you basically just read it out and you're like, holy fuck, this is gorgeous.
It's like the old memes with Lord of the Rings news headlines about orcs coming into the country.
Yeah.
And it's not actually a problem. Even though 13% of orcs engage in cannibalism, you should still let them near your children.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna have to take this down after.
I kind of feel like the 13% is lowballing it.
No. It's 13% are engage in cannibalism, as in they eat other orcs. That's 100%.
I know. That's what I said. It's lowballing it,
and you're not speaking them properly, or at least the numbers anyway. Because
speaking of which, hi Zilege, how you doing,
dude?
Buddy, how you doing?
There was an honor killing in Texas the other day. Like, that's Texas, bro. Usually that involves a gun. This man cut off somebody's head.
Oh, yeah, that was fucking savage, man.
No, but the English squirrel is different. He is a man of the... I went out here and I got my, whatever. But I am so, like, buff. I'm like, butch man, yeah, give me the acorns, babe. Give it to me. And I'm like, what the hell? Like, what did they inject you with? The squirrels don't look like that. Samuel, I sent you a photo.
English squirrel is different. Are we getting into squirrel ethno-nationalism?
Well,
hell yes.
Puppet State to enter into the real conversation. Has anyone here seen History Debunked?
Yeah.
No, I have not. Apologies, Sam, for derailing away from your topic.
Dude, You would
Whatever,
love
man.
history.
There wasn't that much to the topic except the squirrels are fucking eating other rodents now for some reason.
Yeah.
California makes sense.
Only in California, I
the,
might add. The rest of our country's squirrels aren't doing this.
Well, the article
Exactly.
provided that hypothesis that it might be due to the increased vol. So, because a little known fact about most herbivores, they will gladly eat meat because even herbivores require protein. The main point of issue with them is the fact that they're not designed to do it. So they'll only ever do it if it's like just basically sitting there. The article posits that the reason why the squirrels are hunting the voles is because there are so many fucking voles that it is a significantly easier task to hunt a vole and either decapitate it or disembowel it than it is to harvest their natural resources.
You're trying to tell me that, hold on. You're trying to tell me that a fucking pine cone that doesn't run away or defend itself is more difficult to acquire than a rat?
For the comparable nutritional value, yes.
It's definitely less fun.
Eat it. They just decapitate it and move on.
They were eating it.
No, they're eating.
They were eating them. They were snapping the bones to eat at the cartilage. Like these were fucking coordinate squirrels.
Page for you, Shadoo. Go subscribe to that guy. A link backstage. It's History Debunked. It's just Simon Webb, as I understand it, used to write. He wrote.
No, I have
maybe not half the history books that America used back when I was a kid, but a significant. Right, exactly.
I just didn't recognize the name.
Yeah.
It's Simon Webb. I've loved his fucking channel for years.
He's willing to go into places that are typically frowned upon by the powers that be, and he's recently through a clever backdoor discussion talking about ghost and relic population genetics in the human genome, has been discussing the racial differences between people all over the world by talking about the relic genetic markers left over from previous extinct human type species. And I think he's been very clever with it. And there's a lot of very interesting information in there.
I'm not 100% sure, but isn't he an advocate of the multi-regional hypothesis of human evolution?
I do believe so. I mean, I don't know for sure. I haven't really thought about it. That does seem to kind of fit in with some of his, but I think the aspect that he's going with is the fact that the population of humans that left Africa functioned as a baseline population, and that the admixture between Neanderthal and modern humans versus Denisovans and modern human, the Naledian modern human, and various other relic populations had a massive effect on the expression of those genes over the long term. So it's more than just a color difference in the skin, is his implication, of course.
Which, well, I mean, we do have... Oh, sorry.
I'll just quickly say, well, the modern genetic studies do play that out. I think it's up to something like 20% of the sub-Saharan African population has an element of a presumably extinct human variant that we can't find any records of.
That's the ghost population I was speaking of. That's why I said ghost and relic.
Yeah.
Because if you go further south...
Same in East Asia. We have very, very scant evidence of... there's Homo floresiensis, for example, which was like a...
Another small hominid from the same generals.
I thought that was Floriensis.
Exactly.
Floriensis is one. There's another one. That we have found two island dwarfed hominids now, and they are different. One interesting thing about LuCasley is they have our teeth. They have tiny exact copies of our teeth with the 2-cycle baby teeth, adult teeth, and
they call them
canines, everything. 32, they're little Bagginses, bro. That's exactly what they are. They have flawless human teeth. This is in a time period 1.2 million years ago, before our teeth had evolved.
Damn.
It's this kind of shit that like fuels the most conspiratorial nature of anything I can think of. Because I'm like, well, you know, if various different kinds of humans that we've only now starting to recognize existed millions of years ago, how many civilizations have risen and fallen throughout all of that time?
It depends on
Oh yeah, no, there's definitely a time undreamed. Absolutely a time undreamed.
Depends on how hungry we were. Zilege, I know you tried to say something a couple of times here. You got to kind of shoulder yourself past these assholes. So what was it?
Yep. No, you're cool, man. I'm just listening. Yeah, I don't have anything yet. I'll let you know when I do.
Yeah. But kind of bouncing off Abe's and Squatch's point, I mean, this is a little bit dangerous to talk about, but if you look at I'm using the Olympics.
I probably shouldn't say this thing, but I'm gonna.
Okay, I know where you're gonna go. Don't do it.
If you look at the people who win gold medal,
not all Jews, Shadow. Come on.
No. I'm not any some. No. So what I'm talking about is if you look at the events won by certain groups of people for Olympian medals, you'll notice certain trends.
He's doing the thing.
He's doing it. He's doing the thing.
Northern Europeans.
Everybody drink. He's doing the thing.
Have to start drinking.
I was gonna say, dude, why don't you just do the little sloppy comb over while you decry Jesse Owens over here?
Hey, let's get that dog back on screen.
Right? Northern Europeans tend to dominate the strength competitions, whereas sub-Saharan Africans tend to dominate running competitions, and then you get like into other specifics where there is clear genetic differences between modern.
Look, Shadow. I get it. I understand what you're saying, and there is a lot of truth to what you're saying. I mean, the fact is people in Sub-Saharan Africa spend a lot of time running from large predators. You know, I mean, you could very easily be eaten if you're slow in Sub-Saharan Africa. Right. So I get that, but I
don't think YouTube is going to look very favorably on this part of the conversation.
I apologize. Listen, no, the whole point of this conversation, the whole thing that brought it up was me mentioning history debunk, looking at the races from the back end, so to speak, using ghost and relic population genetics as sort of a backdoor into the descriptors, right? I wasn't trying to set off a full-on racist tirade, dude. Like, chill out.
I'm not. Yeah, the backdoor populations of history, a.k.a. the butt bandits. Fuck it, we're balls deep now. Gives a fuck.
That's not. I was not applying a value metric to groups. I was pointing out Squatch was talking about the back end. I was discussing the modern examples we have. Like it's a factual statement.
Okay, so
I'm not applying a moral value.
When you talk about this in that context, the way you're doing it, kid, it sounds an awful lot like you're saying this group over here and this group over here are different species from different ancestors, which is kind of what he's getting at.
See, that's the thing is the concept.
He's missing the subtlety of it. That's the problem.
He is. The concept
I recognize the subtlety of it. I'm not applying I agree or disagree statement of the deviation between species. I was merely pointing out that, hey, this is a thing you can notice that kind of gets to the point Squatch is making.
And the noticing continues.
Right, squirrels. Totally. Squirrels are getting savage.
Fucking squirrels are savage. I'm getting a video.
Speaking of squirrels, as we stated earlier, red squirrels and gray squirrels, despite looking very different. I'm going to stop there because that actually is a very racist.
On a completely unrelated note, red squirrels are better.
That's just because you prefer natives.
Ha ha.
Yeah. Way better.
Objectively, like, how do you mean red squirrels are better? Like, in what
they
sense?
Are definitely better. They look better. They have better temperament. They are just better genetically.
Oh, it's not just that, Anna, but Sam. In the Squirrel Olympics, right? Red squirrels, they're just better in everything. So it's.
Are you talking specifically British red squirrels? Because we have red squirrels too that are not the same.
Oh, your
those
red
are
squirrels are
different.
gay.
Our red
Samuel,
squirrels are
I sent
huge.
you the squirrel.
I'm looking. Oh, okay. I finally see it. I got you. I was looking for it and I couldn't find it.
Like, man, these
Squirrels
these
also have
birds
knives.
are like
Oh, buddy.
monsters. They don't fuck around. No.
Ginger squirrel supremacy.
It's not
I
a
said it.
squirrel. That's a fucking kangaroo, Anna. The fucking pecs on this thing. Jesus.
I saw that cartoon too. It was hilarious.
Sam, you got to share with the class. Damn.
Look at that. That's
fat squirrel.
like-
That is a
How
big
fucking
squirrel.
big is that?
That's squirrel 0 - 1. Squirrel 0. Zilla. It's like, look at the beef on that fucker. His shoulders are so swole he has no neck.
He looks like a toad.
Fucking hell. That is a hench squirrel.
Yeah.
Are we
As
sure that
opposed to
squirrel
little
is native
meth
to
addict
England?
that I
He's giving
saw
me.
earlier with the vole in his
He
mouth.
looks like he came from Bulgaria or something. He's got that kind of like Slavic shoulder situation.
I think your squirrel's been to prison. Stop feeding it.
Yeah. This is the kind of squirrel that will I mean, if you miss that payment, man, they go skin your ass alive.
Yeah. You're gonna wake up in the middle of the night with a fucking squirrel holding a knife to your throat.
But that was no, but that is why it's important. He is gray, but also red. He's a mutant.
He's just a
Weird.
half breed. I don't think he's a
Yeah,
mutant.
I didn't know
How
they
is he red, though?
all kind of squirrel version.
But look at his tail and his head.
So
He's like a
what,
mule.
is this yours, Anna? Is this the one that
What do you
you're
mean?
feeding?
Is it mine? No, I don't have squirrels in my house. Thank you. No. This is
Yes, it is the
you
one
know what I
she's been
mean.
feeding.
right to go and eat the pretzels.
What are you feeding the fucking thing? Jesus Christ, are you giving it creatine shakes? What the hell, dude?
Yeah, it's like this squirrel needs more hardcore workouts. Here's a fucking weight set
Let me tell you what
and
you do.
fucking 300 grams of protein a day. The fuck?
More peanut butter. Loads more
Bro,
peanut butter.
Bro, that squirrel is eating my diet. Freaking 300 grams. Dude, this squirrel's been eating at least 6 voles a day. Guaranteed. That is his workout. Chasing them down, pinning them down, ripping them apart.
He's very brazen too. He doesn't. He's like one of those honey badgers. He don't give a fuck. He just comes out and starts knocking on the balcony door, and I'm like, "Oh, it's Billy Bob Cornton. Oh, hey, okay."
This fucker's gonna know English in 3 weeks.
This
gonna be
fucker
like,
would
"Hey,
be a
bitch,
villain
open
in
up."
Redwall. This
He's just
motherfucker
hanging
would
out
be a
under your
villain in
house, like
Redwall.
fucking listening to you speak so he can learn.
Yeah.
No, like Meowth. This guy's going through the Meowth plot line.
I was going to go with the Frankenstein's monster plot line from, that book, but okay.
Well, I mean, this is better because it's a vermin animal.
You could also do Ratatouille, but with drug dealers.
Yeah, but Remy never learned how to speak.
That's not a bad idea. Like, look, we already got meth gator. We already got, cocaine bear. Hell, crackoon is a thing. You know what we definitely need? We need something involving like steroid squirrel.
Yeah.
Creatine squirrel meets steroid.
Right?
No, Sam.
You can't find his nuts. It'll tear your head off.
I'm sorry, that's wrong. You know good and well it would be steroid kangaroo.
Creatine squirrel versus steroid kangaroo.
Voiced by Jason Statham, of course.
Yes, obviously. But
Starring
you know
Pedro
what?
Pascal.
He's really sweet though. He just comes up, knocks on the door. I give him some food, and then he gets buff.
Have you ever tried like not giving him the food? What happens?
This squirrel listens to Andrew Tate. Jesus, man.
Okay, no.
He's the number one top nut.
It's a fucking MGTOW squirrel.
Sigtow?
Yeah.
Yeah, SIGTOW.
He's got like a fist up. He's ready to throw.
I might myself a little bit.
Dude, this squirrel has the plot line of any fucking hero from like the Viking Age, where like his dad was one of the invading squirrels. His dad was the gray squirrel, his mom was the red squirrel, and he fucking hates gray squirrels because of that.
The second rule of Squirrel Club is you do not talk about Squirrel Club.
One rule of Squirrel Club.
Fucking Squirrel Ironside over here.
Blows up the forest. Blows up the forest to clear out the acorn debts.
Yeah, he gonna fuck somebody up.
We done with the squirrel yet? Stop feeding that thing. It's rabid. It's insane. It's coming straight at me.
Creators of World Star, we bring you Squirrel Star.
If you stop feeding it, it might become dangerous, you know.
That is one possibility.
Yeah.
Anna forgets to feed it.
It's gonna show up one day to be like, "Yo, so you missed the VIG this week."
Yeah, you missed the VIG. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Her fucking window starts cracking. She turns and looks, and it's the squirrel just doing like the superhero punch.
This is an awful nice window. Sure would be a shame if something happened to it.
Fucking giant kangaroo-sized squirrel going, "All right, bitch, where's my fucking food?"
Smack, smack, smack.
You're 3 days overdue, you can't.
I'm getting Johnny Dangerously vibes off of this suddenly, and I don't know why.
That's fucking hilarious, man. That is
just a fucking fruit somehow.
Squirrel nuts break the fucking windows.
Right. I really got to invest in a fucking ad blocker.
Thank you, Anna. Thank you kindly. That was fucking great. That was a great laugh.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not the one who's going to be laughing when he comes out around in a couple of hours asking for acorns.
Give the fucker your acorns. What are you doing? He's gonna fuck you up.
Yeah. He's gonna knock on the window and be like, "All right, Anna.
I mean,
where's
y'all
my fucking acorns."
Right. So there's no equalizer for you. I wouldn't try it with a knife. He's quicker than you are.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
I mean, your best chance would be a trap.
That would literally move out of the plot. Not
he'll find you.
You're gonna have to go on the run. Holy shit.
Yeah. Oh, Samuel.
That was a good laugh. I appreciate that.
That was good shit. I loved it. It was great.
We don't often get a chance to be a whole series mercilessly.
That should be a whole series of shorts right there all by itself.
I think it might be actually. Yeah, it's gonna be like next week. We'll just have a bunch of shorts cut from this channel about squirrels and like organized squirrel crime and squirrel drug abuse.
Bro, next week I'm just gonna be chilling, like at work instead of working. I'm gonna be going on. I'm gonna be looking at the shorts, and it's gonna be like 7. It's gonna be 7 of Sam's shorts. All of them are just gonna be about the fucking squirrels.
It might be, dude. That was a good bit. I enjoyed that conversation quite a bit. I might do something with it. Yeah.
Nice.
There needs to be something done with it.
I haven't had that many shorts lately because a lot of what we've been talking about has been fairly serious, and I try to clip the funny moments, and there haven't been as many lately, and there's no reflection on anybody's just like we ain't been really in the mood to joke a lot,
Oh, I've been sick. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that kind of puts a damper on the whole shorts thing, because I try not to. Every once in a while I'll put something out that's got like a point to make or whatever, but most of the time it's just the fun stuff, just because I like funny shorts. I like that sort of thing, and I think that other people like them too. But this squirrel thing is probably gonna afford me with like at least a week's worth of shit, man.
Got more coming.
Sweet.
Don't you worry, Sam. I'm gonna send you some more videos later.
Don't tell me. Are you feeding a badger?
That sounds like a yes.
This little dude
That might be a yes.
is so annoying to the point where like my cat is like, "Get the fuck out of here," and he's like, "No," just standing there. He's like Jason Statham. He's like, "No."
He's like, "Oh, you cunt."
Well, the cat's just like, Wow. And then the squirrel's like, back off, you cunt. Trying to get some fucking acorns here, you bastard.
I actually have a video of that. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm happy. I'm happy with the way the show's turned. This is good. I'm going to be stuck on this squirrel thing for a while. Like, like you got beefeater squirrels over there in England, and over here we got these like methed out crackheads murdering other little animals. You know, and
there is
that's a fair, I think, dichotomy.
There is a mechanical benefit to doing what they're doing. Ostensibly, the voles eat the same types of food that the squirrels eat, but the voles don't generally come up into the trees after it. Maybe that's what's happening because they have such a huge vole population.
It could be also that they're a bunch of California nut jobs.
See,
see what I did there because they're squirrels.
That is, a more violent squirrel species is going to dominate.
Yeah.
Just period.
Right. Yeah. Look, I'm not saying that squirrels have never ever done anything like this ever in history. That's not objectively untrue. They're little dicks. But it is curious to me that there seems to be an uptick in specifically Californian squirrels doing these specific behaviors, whereas you're not seeing it elsewhere, right? I think it's California, man. I don't think it's squirrels. I think it's fucking California.
Sam, are you gonna start going on
Exactly.
Are you gonna have your they're putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay moment? Are you about to start screaming? Listen, I don't know, but they're putting chemicals in the water that are making the squirrels violent, man. Okay, I don't understand it. I don't know why, but the squirrels.
You should really let Sasquatch do that.
Well, people do seem to forget.
After that,
people seem to forget what, Abe?
They seem to forget that animals themselves can create their own cultures.
Sure.
So something very similar to this actually happened to bonobo chimpanzees about 30 odd years ago. So there was a tribe of
that's a common misconception. Bonobos and chimpanzees are actually separate species.
They are. But
yes, that's correct. Yes, one is Pan troglodytes and the other is Pan paniscus.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But
one's certainly violent. The other one's generally a hippie.
Well, yeah, we have more in common with the pygmy chimpanzees, Pan paniscus, because they do things like have missionary sex, and they've developed tools and things like this. But chimps as a whole, common chimpanzees, there was a tribe of chimpanzees that decided one day that they would go from hunting smaller monkeys because they're apes.
Yep.
They'd hunt smaller monkeys and then they'd eat them. Sometimes they'd kill them for fun. And then they started to hunt other chimpanzees from other tribes. And they killed them ruthlessly. Yes, the chimpanzee war. So this can happen in any species.
Oh, sure.
At any time.
No.
Sure. Zilege, you had some images you wanted to share with us?
Oh, yeah. If I can get it up. Where do you send it to?
Skipping past that. If you look at the bottom of the screen, you'll see this kind of squarish box with a cross on it.
You want the one with the X.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yep.
I see.
You can share your screen from there.
All
right. Let me see if I can find it for you, because it's related to the squirrel thing.
Mm-hmm.
But you guys can continue. I'll figure it out. Go ahead.
So, yeah, no, it absolutely could happen with any species. I just find it's interesting. Most of the time, it's not, at least with squirrels, right? Squirrels are generally not super social animals, right? They can be, but generally they're not. They're usually very solitary, very, very self-contained and whatnot. Only time I've ever actually seen squirrels act in mass is when there's a predator nearby that they're taunting.
I have a prediction. Call it a diagnosis. We are going to find out in a couple of years that these squirrels are suffering from a type of chronic wasting disease. That's not a joke. I'm dead serious.
Okay.
Squirrel AIDS. Yeah.
No, I'm dead serious. Like what's it called? Beriberi in humans and mad cow disease in cows.
No, they are not. No. Okay, I get what you're saying. No.
I know where he's going.
Are you saying they're zombies?
That's a prion disease, man.
Okay,
That
go
is a
ahead.
prion disease. Yes, sir.
Sorry, Squatch.
That's
Go
what
ahead.
it's going to be.
Yeah,
Watch.
that's a prion disease, and that comes from eating the brain matter of your own kind. Well,
Close enough. It doesn't necessarily have to be direct cannibalism, but there's not a whole lot of difference between a bull and a squirrel, bro.
You're saying that the squirrel.
What we are seeing in today's world is there were red squirrels, like you have in America. In England, they got obliterated by the gray ones. The gray ones are like the xenomorphs. They're like, ooh, whatever. But nature took its course and they are changing. They literally look different now. That is beautiful about nature. They are changing. They are like regenerating or
Evolving.
whatever.
Our native red squirrels are actually now becoming more physically aggressive towards greys.
Yes.
They are.
And thankfully, so are the native humans.
And then we got bats too. We got so many bats.
Yeah, right.
The animal. The weapon or the animal?
I'm in a loft room right now, right? And I'm right next to my house's chimney. If I open the window, it used to be just covered in birds. And then the bats were like, you can fuck off, mate.
Fuck
And
off,
there was
mate.
like
I'm
this-
gonna sit here and I'm gonna make my own little nest.
Yeah, there was just like this weird little border war between bats and fucking birds for a while.
Yeah.
And now I don't see any birds.
Night Lords versus Raven Guard.
Yeah. All I've got is bats now.
And the bats that we have.
Bats and
in the
spiders.
UK,
Perfect for
they're
spooky
cute.
season.
They're so cute. They're like little things. Like when you look out after whenever the time is like, no.
Is she on mushrooms?
Yeah,
Probably.
Oh, okay, cool. That makes me feel a lot better because never mind.
He's also
Well, back ago when I was
The bats are like, as soon as the sun goes down and you see all the insects and the bats go out there and they're like, oh, zoop, zoop, zoop. I'm like,
in.
oh man, they're cute.
Is it? Yeah. Zilege. What are we looking at?
A while back ago when I was at my old job, one of these little baby squirrels was really akin to me. Like it wasn't even afraid. It just climbed on my leg. So I had to take a picture of it.
Oh, that's cute. Look at
Curious
that.
little cutie.
Was your
It's like the
old
size of
job
my
as a
hand.
Civil War reenactor?
Are you a
Oh, absolutely. How did you figure that out?
The pant leg.
stripe?
Yeah.
Cute.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think it was like the size of my hand. Oddly enough, I wasn't afraid. I just never had that happen to me before.
Yeah,
That's
Yeah,
pretty
well, get a
interesting.
fucking boulder.
Yeah, that's not a thing generally that happens in the States. It's like most of the time the rodents won't come anywhere near you unless there's something wrong with that rodent. Like
Yes.
Well,
I'm not
Well, I
saying
had
it's every
food
time. I'm
from
just
time to
saying
time.
that you got to be careful about this shit because like they coming up on you like they have absolutely no fear. There's probably a reason for that.
Yeah.
No. Why are you making it seem like it's no?
Because
in
if
the
you get
States,
bitten
that's
by
the way
one,
it
go
is,
to the hospital
generally speaking.
immediately.
I'm not saying that this one was like
Nah.
that, but 9 times out of 10, yes, there's going to be something going on with them that's making them act strange.
Yeah. I
was
actually
just more
saw a
curious
video
about where his parents
recently.
were.
I saw a
Maybe-
video recently
maybe he
of a
wanted to know where
soldier
he bought
in Ukraine, right? Who'd gotten fucking rabies. I was like, where the fuck has this come from?
Rabies is still very much prevalent. We just have
Yeah.
a cure now.
Yeah.
How rabies recently made its way into the seal population. Y'all be careful.
Rabies has.
Yes, rabies. There was a documented instance on it was either California or New Zealand, some famous seal beach, right? And there was a dog that was out there acting crazy, and in the process of acting crazy, it attacked a bunch of seals and started running all the seals off, and apparently it got a tooth into one of them, because a couple of weeks later, one of the seals shows up on the shore, literally chasing down and attacking like fucking people in kayaks, random freaking animals that it could see. It's just nuts. And I see no reason why that would be stuck on land. It seems as though rabies may have made it into the seal population, and that could be devastating.
Yeah.
Yeah. You imagine how much worse the fucking orca serial killers are going to get?
I don't even think about that, man.
Hold on. Wait a minute. I think we've solved Britain's immigrant population. Fill the channel full of rabies-infected orcas. It creates a new set of issues.
Yeah,
you're not crossing the channel.
You might have bigger problems.
I approve of this message.
They had a whole thing on the news about orcas were playing with a yacht in the Mediterranean, and they were playing with them, and they headbutted the boat, and then the people fell off and unfortunately died. But orcas are playful, but do you know what? I don't care. Orcas are good.
Also vicious.
Dolphins are horny bitches. They will oh my god.
Yes.
Orcas are giant porpoises, Anna. They're just as bad.
It's the same
And
species.
you know what?
Worse.
They fuck each other's blowholes. They're all degenerates. That's an actual fact.
I know.
Orcas also mimic. Can't they mimic speech as well? Or am I thinking of a different whale? Because there's some whale or porpoise or whatever that can apparently mimic.
Orcas are really. They don't usually. They're playing around, but when they actually started headbutting that yacht, they were like, "I'm not playing around. I just want to play with you. Yeah, I'm just gonna headbutt this. Samuel, get into your show and headbutt you."
You refuse to acknowledge the evil that is the Oreo kingfish.
It's not evil. I just wanted to play. But unfortunately, people fell off the boat because they were not good boaters.
Putting every single creature within 12 feet of the bank on the menu. They actively hunt outside of water. How they found a lot of tasty stuff floating around on some weird things, and they've started eating them. That's us.
Orcas are the humans of the aquatic world. Changed my mind.
I mean,
dude.
I would say that orcas are probably look.
That's moot.
They're not all. I'm gonna play that card. They're not all bad, but there is a significant and seemingly rising number of them that appear to be behaving in malicious and possibly even sociopathic ways.
And humans aren't.
I'm not talking about humans. I'm talking about orcas.
The orcas are merely reacting to the general.
I know you're trying to make a comparison here. I'm not talking about people. We know people are fucked.
Yes.
People are not part of the
people.
No, they're not people. They're orcas. They're very much not people. However, they may very well be as smart as we are, and we do know that there was at least a pair of them who went around slaughtering great whites, but not always killing them and not Well, outright anyway.
They play. They like
They
to play games.
they dug their fucking livers
It's
out of their
torment.
body and then left.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
like,
Just a
I'm gonna
prank.
play some game with
It's
you.
playing.
But yeah, I'm gonna like,
What a game!
It's just a prank.
hey,
It's just a
bitch,
prank, bro.
I'm gonna do this, and then I'm just gonna walk off. Yeah, okay. No,
It's like
beautiful creatures. Absolutely. I have an adopted orca, and she is.
of course you do.
So you're the one that turned them. How dare you, Adam?
Oh, I
And-
have
Get
an
into the
adopted
woods, but
orca. She
Free Willy.
had some calves a couple of years ago, and they're just going around bullying people. You know, it's fine. Like, yeah, go for it.
Is it one of the ones that's attacking migrant rafts between Morocco and
Yes.
Spain out of curiosity? Yo,
Mhm.
based. Or Anna's orca is
Based.
based.
it's you throw around that word like an orca gives a fuck about your politics.
It can be taught. It could
I don't think
absolutely.
it can. I don't think
Sam,
it can
didn't
be
you
taught
realize
to
all
care.
orcas are Republican?
No, they're not. They're just hungry.
Yeah.
They're just
No,
hungry.
no. Orcas are not Republican. They're too based to be Republicans. The
Orcas don't have any political affiliation whatsoever. They just go out and do
Why do they
whatever
dress like
they
Antifa?
want, and they go out and yes, when they
My
have
point.
first of all, no,
They
Sam,
would dress up
happily
like
kill
ice.
all of us too.
They
They
are
patrol
a
the
matri-
shores.
They are a matriarchal society.
Matriarchal.
Yes.
Matriarchal, yeah.
The woman is in charge. The older the woman is in the
No wonder
orca
they're so violent.
society. No, but like that's the way that nature works. If you are the oldest woman in an orca pod, you are the one who's in charge. You're the one who tells everybody what to do.
Mm-hmm.
And all the dudes in your pod are like second-class citizens.
Have sex with your blowhole.
Yep. Bang those blowholes. Yep.
I gotta bug out. I got an early flight tomorrow.
That was your limit, dude. Jesus Christ.
Wow.
No, I was just reminded that hey, I gotta be up at like 4 a.m. for a flight, and I don't want to miss it, so I'm gonna bug out right now so I can go to bed
7
early.
p.m. where you are?
I've got some other stuff I need to do before I go to bed, like repacking my bag, some of the stuff I have to take care of around the house. So bugging out right now.
To do.
Do you have
Thank
anything you want
so
to
much.
plug before you go?
Yeah.
I've got nothing to plug aside from the fact that I'm on Twitter.
Aside from a blowhole?
If you want to see some of my schizo ramblings that are
Mhm.
significantly less eloquent than here, because fuck Elon for giving me 200 characters to play with. But yeah, if that interests you, check me out on Twitter. Same name here, Shadow of Hawk 55. And yeah, thanks for having me, Sam. Thanks for tolerating my bullshit panel, and thank you, chat, for being chat.
Yeah.
Night,
All
y'all.
right.
Yeah.
Have a good
Yeah.
night. Get the fuck out.
Thanks for being here, bud.
Alright.
Have fun.
See you later, man.
Take care, Shadoo.
See ya, Shadow.
That fucking guy sometimes, man. He's a good kid. He is. But we
Yeah.
call him, well, Sasquatch calls him Egg for a reason.
He has not fully developed yet. But I suspect
Yeah.
he may be a good egg.
He's our collective little zygote.
I think he's rapidly approaching hard boiled. So, no, it's good. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. Honestly, I think this has been fucking fun. You know,
I've enjoyed it.
it's been a good time, and I think that is a necessary thing from time to time. You know,
Mate, if this wasn't fun, I don't think any of us would be here.
I would, because I have to. It's my show. God damn it.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, that's I used to say this, and obviously there have been a few moments where I've kind of proved the lie here, but I used to say the second this stops being fun, the second I'm done, you know. And there have been moments, there have been moments where I'm just like, fuck, why am I still doing this? But for the most part, no, it's something I enjoy.
But
something I like doing.
you have
There
to
you
go
go.
through those times of it not being fun to determine whether or not it's not fun enough to just quit it,
Sure.
or if the fun parts are fun enough to deal with sometimes when it's not fun.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, episodes like today's episode are the fun ones. So the ones that are just like, fuck, I want to.
You're not making it
can't wait to
fun
come back
by
next
talking
week.
about how fun it is. You're not really making it fun.
Notice Gal's
I enjoyed
not
last week, too.
bring it down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Point is, right? I'm still here. Y'all are still here. It's been a good episode. I think this is a good place to end it, because otherwise I'm gonna start waxing fucking Elokan again. And last night that got so womanly that I don't want to let it get to that point. So let's go ahead.
Look, it was only the gayest stream
was
we've ever
weird.
done.
Yeah,
First,
that was
eat your
weird.
pods, and it'll be okay.
it was gayer than two guys fucking Sasquatch.
Oh, was that the Amira one?
Yeah.
Yep.
All you guys were gushing over.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was so gay,
Sappy.
it was borderline homosexual.
I was like, what the hell?
I didn't know what happened there.
Yeah.
I don't know what
Wait
the
a
fuck
second.
happened either.
Hold on. Let me get this straight. Sam does something gay, and I missed it.
Yep.
Fuck.
It wasn't just me though. Everybody participated. It was like an
That's what
orgy
we
of
call-
fucking emotional gayness.
That's what we call it.
Even Amira.
That is a
I'm going to blame Amira and Larry.
She was like, Amira was like, what the fuck is going on? You guys were so gay.
Yeah, that was really weird for her, I bet.
But she also started it too, so fuck her.
Yeah.
So, anyway, this is a good place to end the show, I think, right?
Mhm.
Yeah.
All right. Zilege, you kind of came in late a little bit. And I don't know. We didn't hear too much from you, but did you have anything you wanted to bring up or anything you wanted to plug before we go?
Not a lot going on. Just going to be moderating in the Exile Linus chat coming on later on tonight.
All right, good deal. Thanks for being here, man. We've got.
Sorry to come in late.
Oh no, it's fine. Life happens, and we stream on a Saturday. It's how hard it is to get fucking real guests for this show because because it's fucking Saturday.
Hopefully, I'll come on sooner next time.
No, fair enough. Appreciate you being here, Abe.
Yep.
The truncated version, please.
Okay.
Abe, please can you just say I'm not gonna be on this show and just like end it like in 2 seconds? Don't keep talking for 10 minutes.
I don't know. I'll keep it.
You can't do it, can you?
I'll keep it defined
Go
down
ahead,
to
Do
3
the
days, I think. So very shortly, I'm about to join Levistro's stream for Dragon Cast. Then after that, I'll be doing the Jack and Abe show on Tuesday, which is 10:30 p.m. BST, which would be 5:30 p.m. EST, and then on Wednesday, I'll be doing the Hump Day Chinwag, which is 8 p.m. BST, which would be 3 p.m. EST. So, is that sure enough?
No.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Well done, you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm all going on
I'm
to
probably going to be on a bunch of other shit in the meantime, but
Yeah.
that's what I've got on the docket.
Oh, fair enough. Again, thanks for being here. Anna, do you have anything coming up you want to let people know about?
I'm going to be on Monday Mashup with Clifton 3D on Monday. And then back with the pub with the lads on Saturday. I did a really bad thing, guys. I fell asleep. I actually took a break from streaming and fell asleep. And I was not on the full Aussie, so I do apologize. I fell asleep.
Yeah, we assumed as much.
You actually have a life. You sleep. Thank you. But no, thank you so much for having me, Sam, and everybody in chat. And Abe, I know you're always gonna be my homie, but do you like, why are you everywhere? I don't know. But Zilege, good to see you. Squatch,
everywhere.
you're awesome.
Because
I want to play
insist.
fucking guitar with you, dude. Like, I want to, like, yeah. And Samuel.
I insist upon myself.
Samuel, that squirrel, when it comes back, I will make sure that you know about it. Thank you.
I'd appreciate that, actually. I'm curious to know the further adventures of this Herculean rodent.
You should use that squirrel for shorts, chick. You could get
You should do an interview.
No, don't scare it. It's been to prison. You don't know how to react.
I don't think it would be scared.
Yeah.
Sasquatch. Shoot shit.
Tomorrow I have the blast radius with Captain Curmudgeon. He's going to spurg out for a while. It's going to be fucking great. I'm going to laugh at it. The Naughty Corner has moved to Wednesday night, 8 p.m. Eastern, unless she decides to do it at a different time. I don't really know what's going on over there. I'm supposed to have a guest for Sasquatch Shills this week called the Lower Class. He's a debate bro kind of channel from the Panelverse over there with like Andrew Wilson and all those tards. But anyway, he seems to be a pretty cool dude. I'm going to try to get him in, have the whole conversation, do the whole thing. And the after show, Sasquatch After Dark, of course. That's a semi-open panel. Anybody can come up, but if I get a bunch of previous guests in, they get first choice to the seats, right? So there's that. And that's pretty much all I got for this week, I think. Here, maybe, if I'm invited. I don't know.
Right. So that leaves me. All the stuff. I don't know, usual shit. Like I'll be on Amira's channel later, helping her out. Exiled Lioness 2. It's the off week for Mellow Mondays, and we're going through kind of a restructuring on that, as announced in last week's episode. So I'm not actually sure when we'll be live on that again, but it'll be a little bit different than it has been. It will return though at some point on Adam the Renaissance Nerd's channel. I'm going to be doing a bunch of fucking Wu Chang streaming, probably starting tonight. I'm enjoying the hell out of that game. I'm stuck on a particularly, stubborn piece of programming at the moment, but we'll get through it. And then, it's going to be quiz night next week on Abyssal Musings, so be sure to hang out for that. And you can also find me on Beelzebub on Beelzehub. My buddy Devil Made Me Do Its channel. So check that out as well. Otherwise, we'll be back here next week with more stuff to talk about. So I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for hanging out. Appreciate all you. Have a great night. Thanks to everybody on the panel for being here and being as obstinate and ornery as we all are. And remember, it could always be worse, folks. It could be raining flaming cobras. Have a good night, all.
Bye.